The Houston Aeros are winners. A unique blend of youth and experience has brought Houston 2 world championships, the winningest team in the history of the World Hockey Association. Symbolic of that winning tradition is one of Houston's intense young competitors, Ron Graham. Ron is the winningest goaltender in the WHA. The past 2 seasons, he has won more games and frustrated more opposition forwards with his alert style and quick glove hand. Wayne Rutledge, the dancing bear, he knows the shooters in the WHA. He is an angle player who gives the opposition little to shoot at. Every year since joining the league, Rutledge has been one of the top 5 in goals against average. A tremendous team man who inspires and encourages with his fine play and vocal cheerleading when he is on the bench. Good goaltending means good defense, and defense is Larry Hale's game. There is no way of knowing how many shots Larry has blocked in his career with Houston. During this time as an Aero, Hale has scored only 9 goals, but Larry's job is defense, and at work on the ice, there are few in his class. 2-time All-Star Paul Poupillo, like Hale, is one of Houston's veteran players. 2 seasons ago, Paul was second in the league's balloting for Defenseman of the Year. He's adept not only at stopping enemy puck handlers, but also at handling the puck himself. Aeros coach Bill Dineen says there isn't a better defenseman to have in charge of the puck in power play or shorthanded situations. John Shella, an all-star himself, is Poupillo's partner on the blue line. Tremendous strength is one of John's greatest assets. It allows John to control the opposition in front of his own net and really put it to them in the corners. John will challenge anyone, and few, if any, retaliate. Marty Howe, the third of the Aeros all-star defensemen, is the youngest Houston defender and probably the most improved. Larry Hale's influence has helped make Marty one of the league's steadiest performers. For the past 2 seasons, he has been on the ice for 86 more Houston goals than opposition goals. Marty scored 14 times himself last year, high among Houston defensemen. Glenn Irwin, another young defenseman with good strength and defense on his mind. Glenn gives Houston good depth behind the blue line. A hard hitter, Irwin lets you know he's around. Veteran Larry Lyon returns at center for another campaign as an Aero. There may not be a better face-off man in professional hockey. He is both strong and clever. During his years at Houston, Larry's alertness on the ice has contributed heavily to the Aeros' success and particularly to the tremendous Aeros power play. Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe needs no introduction. Gordie lent his experience to the center position last year, and over the last half of the season, no one was hotter than Gordie. His leadership and experience helped push Houston to another Western Division championship and the AFCO Trophy Finals as he enjoyed one of his finest scoring seasons in 28 years of professional hockey. If Larry Lund and Gordie Howe are the voices of experience, Terry Raskowski is the shout of exuberance. This young center knows only one speed, all out. An exciting hockey player, Terry will go around, over, and at times through the opposition to get the job done. He was the leading scorer for the Aeros in last year's playoffs. At right wing, veteran Murray Hall has provided steady leadership for the younger Aero right wingers. Hall has been with Houston since the beginning, and few players have been more versatile. Besides taking a regular shift, Hall has seen duty on the power play and as a penalty killer. To date, no Aero has scored as many game winners as Murray Hall. Frank Hughes is one of the deadliest shots on the Aero squad. In fact, no one has scored more goals than Hughes in the history of the Aeros. Twice, Frankie has notched over 40 goals in a season, the only Aero to accomplish that feat. Rich Preston relies as much on his strength as his speed. Indeed, there may not be a stronger player on the Houston roster. In the corners, he is almost unbeatable. Rich is a complete hockey player who will not only score his share of goals, but be in position to prevent the opposition from scoring. Don the Dart Laraway is in many ways a creative young artist at work, exploring his talents and learning from his experience. Tremendously talented and rapidly improving, this young man illustrates how much the future of the Aeros is in good hands. Jan Poupillo was an all-around handyman for Coach Bill Dineen this past season. He played left and right wing, and with his competitive drive, stirred things up for the Aeros when they couldn't seem to get things going. Left wing is anchored by Captain Ted Taylor. He is the only captain the Aeros have ever had. Ted is a stern and steady influence on and off the ice. Teddy not only takes his regular shift, but also is one of the best penalty killers in the league. The leader every championship club must have. Left winger Andre Hines enjoys unparalleled success when it comes to being a pest in front of enemy nets. He is a tough, quick competitor with great instinct and anticipation. The Hines, Hughes, and Lund combination has become one of the most feared in the World Hockey Association. Andre Hines has been an intricate part of that success. John Tonto Tonelli is 6 feet 1 inch, 190 pounds, and can you imagine, still growing. He can play both center and wing, where he can put his great forechecking ability to work. At 19 years old, John possesses two important qualities: an instinct for leadership on the ice and a dogmatic intensity for the game. Marty Howe has fulfilled all expectations. He possesses one of the deadliest wrist shots in the league, and his great speed makes him next to impossible to stop on a breakaway. A totally accomplished player, Mark typifies the excitement on the ice, which is Houston Aeros hockey.